Hello everybody, it's Rob here from propertyinvestmentsuk.co.uk, and today I'm going to share with you how to find market rents for your property investments in Warrington. So this is going to be a good video for you if you're maybe looking to buy a property in the Warrington area and you wanted to see what rents you may be able to achieve, whether that's to professional tenants or maybe it's to local housing benefit tenants. So we use two websites for this, and I'll show you both of those in a second. But the reason why we use two websites is because rightmove.co.uk is one of them, and that will give you a good understanding of what maybe competitors or other properties are maybe being rented out for at the moment, and what professional tenants might look to pay. And the other website that we use is the LHA Direct Local Housing Allowance website, and that will tell you what entitlement housing benefit tenants may be able to achieve for that area. So two good websites give you a combination of data and helps us to know what rents we might be able to achieve for our properties. So let's get straight into it. This will be a quick video, probably take around sort of 5 to 7 minutes for me to show you the search tools on these. So not too long, but hopefully it'll give you some great info and stuff to take away with you. So let's click onto rent here and start the search. So we're going to be focusing on the Warrington area today and a section within Warrington which is called Latchford. So if we type in Latchford here, it should come up with this combination there. So Latchford, Warrington, Cheshire, that's the one. So start search. Now the reason why we're choosing Latchford is because there's a good section of Latchford which has it was a mix of properties really. You've got some terrace properties and you've also got some ex-council style properties, but if we use the ex-council style properties as a comparison, and then we can see really what the market rate is for it with Rightmove, and then we can see what the local housing allowance is as well, and we can compare the two because that will give us the closest match really. Okay, so we're on the search tool here now with Rightmove and looking at Latchford as the area. So it gives us a couple of different search options or search criteria, which we're going to look to narrow down because typically we'd like to try and do like for likes really. So if we've got a 3 bedroom property that we've brought and we're looking to rent out in the Latchford area, then we'd want to see what other 3 bedroom properties are maybe being rented out for in that same area as well. So let's use this search tool to narrow that criteria down. So if we choose houses and then 3 bedroom properties, and price range will narrow it down to a maximum of £1,000. It probably won't go near that figure, but it just gives us, or it definitely won't go near that figure, but it just gives us an idea of reducing some of I suppose the odd property that might fall outside of that. And then if we choose non-retirement only properties and click include let agreed properties, this will show us properties that have maybe recently been let, and that's a really good example of comparisons. And we can see what other properties have just gone in that area. So okay, let's choose find properties now. And what this does is brings us up the search tool on Rightmove. So it tells us at the top here there's 10 3 bedroom houses to rent in this particular area based on the criteria that we set. Now there's two ways that you can use this search tool. You can show it on a list, so you can scroll down there and see what properties are available. Well, the best way that I found actually is using the top section here which says properties on map. If we click on that, then what that'll do is bring up a map of the area, which is an easier way to see the types of properties that are currently on the market and where they actually are. So for instance, if you've got a property on a particular street that you're looking to let out, let's say it was this street here, then the nearest comparisons really to you are these properties here. So they'd be better comparisons to consider than the properties in this section over in the corner. So the map tool allows us to do that quite simply. But let's have a look at some of the comparisons in this area. So here we've got a 3 bedroom for 600, another one for 560, another one there, probably the same, looks like the same property for 560 again, 550, 550, 595, 600, and 500, and then two over here. What we've got here, 550 for terrace and 475 for terrace. So a bit of a mix in terms of property values. The semi-detached are looking at around sort of 500 up to sort of 600, and the terraces are looking at 475 up to say 550, I think was it? Yeah, 550. So you've got a mix of property types and a mix of values there. So that gives you a good starting point to see what similar properties are maybe on the market for and what you might be able to achieve for your property if you had a 3 bedroom in this particular area. Now, once we know the market rent for potentially professional tenants, what we need to do is see what LHA would pay if we were to accept a local housing allowance tenant, and see what their entitlement might be. So we use a separate website for that, which is this website here, which is the Valuation Office Agency website. So it's voa.gov.uk. Now, some extra information here at the top that you may want to read through if you're considering housing benefit tenants. It's worthwhile understanding how the housing benefit system works and what the entitlements are. But we're just going to go simply into the search tool here, which is find LHA rates. If we click on that, that'll take us to the search boxes that we're now looking for. Okay, so on here, let's choose 3 bedrooms. Type in the postcode for the area. So for instance, the Latchford area of Warrington is WA41. And you can choose if you want to the local housing or the local authority, and also the date in which you do the search or which the housing benefit claim starts, because it may have changed slightly. So input the data that you want there, and if we click submit, and then that should bring us the information that we're looking for. So this will give us now, as you can see here, 3-bedroom rate for a property within this region would be £126.92 per week. So somebody that's entitled to the 3-bedroom rate, that's what they would be able to achieve. So we need to do a little bit of maths here to figure out what that might be on a monthly basis. So it's 126.92. Let's times that by 52 weeks. That gives us the year total, and let's divide that by 12 months, and that'll give us the monthly total now of what the rate will be. So on a monthly basis, it's £549.98. And if we round that up to 550, that makes more sense and it's easier to work with. So it's 550 is the entitlement for a 3-bedroom property for housing allowance in that area. Okay, now if we compare this again to the properties that we spotted on Rightmove, you've got a £600 property here, a 560, 550, a 550. So if we had a property around these streets here that was 3 bedrooms, you're probably looking for a similar rate of what you might get from a housing benefit tenant as what you might get from a working tenant. So the rates are very comparable, whereas here you've got a property that's only available, oh no, sorry, not that one, this one here, that's available for 500 per month. So if you had this 3-bedroom property, if you were to rent it out to working tenants, obviously they're looking to achieve 500 per month, but you could actually achieve 550 if you were considering housing benefit tenants. So you might have a better income there if you were to consider housing benefit tenants. Now that doesn't happen in every area. Some areas are different, and some areas the housing benefit allowance is quite a bit below what the market rate is. But that just shows you a snapshot how to find the market rents for properties in your area. And the area that we've chosen here is Latchford in Warrington. So hopefully that video has been helpful. It's given you a good idea of how you can find those market rents both for professional tenants and local housing allowance tenants. And if it has been helpful and you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is at youtube.com/Robert Jones Property. And if you subscribe to that channel, then you'll get future updates of any videos that I do and information and help just like this one, which will hopefully help you on the road to building your property investment portfolio. So that would be great if you could subscribe to that. That would be grand. And then if you ever have any questions or you want to email me, please feel free to do so at rob@propertyinvestmentsuk.co.uk. Or if you wanted to, please feel free to leave a comment below and I'll be happy to help where I can. Thanks for watching and I hope that's been helpful.